Good evening, fellow degenerates. Mickey D here for Cold Beer Sports on Thursday evening. It's before round six. Seen no racing today since 1 o'clock. We had two selections, didn't see them, didn't look at the results, nothing, going to watch them later. I was trying to finalise this in the last 20 minutes or 25. Didn't get it done last night. the old Paddy, or was it Power? What is Power? I had more than two. And driving all day, all schools back opened again. Anyway, uh, tomorrow is Friday, Cheltenham. I'll just briefly sort of run through a few of the races because we didn't get any podcast this week. And I have a couple of selections, and then I'll do a Trixie, and we'll see how we got now. The 12:05 tomorrow, I thought maybe Washington would run over the course, might be good enough to beat that horse of JP's. But I've no big real bet going to be put on it. The 12:40, with question marks about that course Rain, he fell at the last. He was 4 lengths up, but he made two mistakes. He didn't jump the third last or the second last either, and he's dodgy going to Cheltenham after falling. Barbados Bucks, no, under supervision, fell last time at Cheltenham as well at the third. Barbados Bucks, he ran like a pig the last time and he made a mistake, 4 out. That sort of affect his chances. That Buzz Kirkland had done a good favour for us, was second in that race. That's where I picked him out of. But it might be worth taking a chance on that Croach Rambler for Lucinda Russell, 7-year-old Jeremy. 2 wins out of 3 over hurls. He won a pint to pint in September 2020. Its first chase run in Perth. It was third, beaten 7 lengths to Manila Trump. That's rated 140. And Pay the Piper was second. It's rated 141 now. Coach Rambler was third, was rated 128, only beaten 4 lengths and 3 lengths. Then went to entry. It stayed on well to beat two horses weighted 133 and 131. So that could be well enough tomorrow. I take a chance on that 1 pint win on Croach Rambler in the 12:40. The 1:15, the Quinto Lamar has been a revelation this campaign. Last April, it over 2-4 in Cheltenham. It was fourth to Proshima of 122. You know how much I like that Proshima. And this winter, it won in Carlisle off 121 readily, then won in Fontwell off 130, and it beat a decent field by 31 lengths. It's up a further £7. It seems to be very progressive. It's a 5-1 shot. That would be worth 1 pint each way at 5-1. Broomfield Burg is the favourite of JP's and Nicky's for the first time in a handicap. We don't know how good it is. We don't know. The handbrake will be on or off with them clients. So we'll see. The 150 then is a mayor's chase. That Fontaine Collonge rated 132 might win again for Venetia Williams. It's only a 6-year-old and it won snugly in Warwick last time. Where are we at then? We're on to the 255, isn't it? I missed the race, did I? It's 225. Oh yeah, the 225. It seems to be a good opportunity for Enrillo, for Paul Nichols to open his account for the year. It fell in the Hennessy, which is going well. This isn't near the standard in the Hennessy. It's 5-2 shot. I think it's worth 3 pints win. Just have a look at, it'd be interesting to see how Santini runs for Polly Gundry. It started off won a pint to pint with Polly Gundry and Ed Walker. They're man and wife, aren't they? In 2017 or something. So be interesting to see us back to its roots. The 3 o'clock then is the cross country chase. That Diesel Dahlia, the grey, will be all the rage after looking to not to be fit enough in its last run in Cheltenham. It was fourth in the Fox Hunters in 2020. It won, or was it fourth in the cross country? It won a chase in Cheltenham of 125 in November 2019. but hasn't won since in 9 attempts. I think I'd be swerving him. He's 137 now. But this is the one I want to talk about for 1 minute, is Balco to Flow. It's top weight and ran very well. I watched that race the last day, that handicap, the cross country the last day, and he didn't put a foot wrong, and he was carrying 10, 11, 12, giving nearly 2 stone away to a lot of them. Rated 161, and that same race, 2017 I think it was, Tiger Roll was 5th in it as well and went on to win in the following March. And I think this horse will win next March as well. He's 10 to 1. They'll be all carrying 11 stone 4 next March. And he's given them, it's the handicap tomorrow. So he's 10 to 1 next March. And I think that's a cracking each way bet when you consider what's ahead of him in the market is Easy Lad 4 to 1, Timber, Tiger Roll 6 to 1, that French Ajas 7 to 1, Galvin 10 to 1, Fairclough 10 to 1. 3 or 4 of them won't run. And this yoke, I'm telling you, this is the one to be on, I think, next March. So I'm going to have a pint each way in it tomorrow, 9 to 1, paying 5 places with a lot of the bookies. And it's a quarter of the odds, 9 to 1, which was I bet 365. But I think it's worth 10 to 1, a 50 odds, first 3 next March. If this runs fairly decent tomorrow, I can see this going off 4 to 1 favourite next March. The 335 Sporting John is the worthy favourite. It's up £5 for winning in course and distance in November. But it wasn't a fiercely competitive race, I thought. Prashima fell and what likely would have won. The interesting horse for me is Botox Has. It's a 5-year-old for Gary Moore. It was 6th in a grade 3 hurl handicap to Kreshnoff or Craignish. That's he was off 144 in January. It was pulled up in the Coral Cup. To St. Jason in October, it fell in Plumpton. Sent back over hurls in the Greatwood of 140. It was 8th. The one that West Cork and Adagio was first and second. It's 3 miles this time. It's an unknown. I think it's worth a pint each way at 8 to 1 in that race. There's one other horse that tomorrow in the 2:15 at Doncaster, Leon Cavallo for David Pipe. It was 6th in Cheltenham to Galloping the Champion, the Merton Pipe. It was 4th in Aintree to Roland Ward. It was 2nd to Sword and Glory. It was 3rd to Captain Morgs. It's a 9 to 2 shot. I think it's worth a 2-pint win. The Gubinator is favourite at 5 to 2. His form lines is 5F3OOF. That's like a code for a safe, not form horse. And I prefer to be on the other one, stepping up to 2-3. And definitely do a bet without the favourite. If it doesn't win, it'll definitely be second. But 9 to 2, I'm taking a 2-pint win on him as well. I am running out of time, so I better plough on. The Trixie I'm doing for tomorrow, a €2 each way Trixie. Putting in Rillo, 5 to 2. Leon Cavallo, 9 to 2. And Fontaine Cologne in the 150. And that'll cost €20, so that's costing 2 pints. The each way horse for Saturday, I had him picked out. He was 7s this morning, he's into 11 to 2 now. Is Silver Hallmark. It won a grade 2 in Haydock in January. Then it was 4th of 6th in Carlisle in a listed race. It carried 11 stone 8 and was rated 145. As per Durame was carried 11 stone 2 and rated 160. He was only a nose ahead of him. And Fiddler on the Roof, rated 148, was carrying 11 stone 2 because he was carrying a grade 2 penalty. He's a 7-year-old out of Shirocco, and Nico de Bonville riding him. He never ran over Cheltenham, maybe a slight negative, but I think that's the horse for Saturday, the each way selection for Saturday, whatever price you get. So I'll be back Friday. I have a couple of good ones for Saturday, short ones, but there'll be 3-pint wins. Mickey D for Cold Beer Sports, over and out, bash those bookies.